Good evening, good night, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you're joining us, where in the world you're joining us. But we're so thankful that you decided to spend some time with us as we go through the project management offerings here at the Sagicor Cahill School of Business and Management. I was about to say in sunny Barbados, but the sun is setting, has set, and we are delighted that you're going to spend some time with us. We are located at the University of the West Indies Cahill campus. So for some of you, right around the corner. For some of you, not as near as you would want, but we invite you to be on the island at any time and join us here. Just come in and drop in if you're on the island with us here at the Sagicor Cahill School of Business and Management. I'm Sonia Mohan, and I'm going to be moderating today's session while really acting in the background for our presenter, Eliud Ramakan. He has been a fantastic partner with us over, I think it's been about 3, 4 years now. And your time has surely flown. And we are delighted to have him and that he continues to be partnering with us here at the Sagicor Cahill School of Business and Management. And I'm going to tell you a bit about him. We often identify those who have the skill sets, the competencies, and the aura personality to deliver that information and interact and engage with you, the participants in our courses. And it's always, always deeply pleasurable when we can find everything we're looking for embodied in a Caribbean person. And I know that sounds a bit odd, but we are always delighted to to engage from within. So he is known as a project management guru. Can I call you that, LG? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And he's a certified project management professional, an agile certified practitioner. So he has both PMP and PMIACP, and an authorized training instructor for the Project Management Institute. So you can see why we have him on board. He's also the author of the globally recognized Ramakan #1 PMP exam prep book for project management certification and lectures well with us here at the university and other universities as well in project management. And if that's not enough, he's also and has expertise in cybersecurity and risk governance. He's an executive at the Bank of Jamaica and responsible for the cyber resilience and threat intelligence at the bank, and has held several leadership roles at that bank, at the central bank over the past 15 years. I know he doesn't look it, but he's quite mature in his field, quite well known in his field. He also served on secondment twice. In 2020, he was appointed by his country to manage cybersecurity infrastructure projects across the military, police force, and mission critical systems in cooperation with the government of Israel. And in 2023, he served as the CIO at the Financial Services Commission, leading their digital transformation strategy. So well-rounded indeed. He does hold a degree in computer science and economics and an MBA from the University of the West Indies, so he's an alum. And then he furthered his studies at Harvard Kennedy School of Government, where he focused on strategic management for regulatory and enforcement agencies. And that's it in a nutshell. So as you come into our program, I know you are prospecting at the moment, you come into our program, he's going to be the person that you are seeing across underpinning the suite of programs that we have, a suite of courses that we have in project management. So without further ado, LG, I am going to be here, like I said, backing you up, and I'm going to turn the webinar over to you. Before I do so, though, please don't hesitate to ask questions. If you have a question or a comment, please put your question in the Q&A, and we will get to you as soon as possible. So, LG?
Thank you so much, Sonia, and welcome to all of you who are joining in on this webinar. We have over 70, close to 80 persons joining in so far, just at the beginning of this webinar, and you have come with a keen interest. And I think if I were supposed to put it in perspective, all of us are here interested in unlocking value and accelerating your future. I mean, the future is accelerating, but you want to be accelerating with it. And project management is that key for you to be able to realize all that you have dreamed for you to be, both in terms of your career pursuits, your personal endeavors, to be able to see how can you use project management, which is listed as one of the top skill sets for the 21st century by the World Economic Forum, which is an important skill set as we enter into this age of AI, where it's not just about knowing the answers, it's also being able to guide a team to be able to solve problems, as not just to solve problems on your own, but be able to augment your team with not just people, but also with tools, um, AI teammates to be able to solve more complex problems. And after all, you're paid at the level of the problems that you solve. And project management, in its essence, is to help us to be able to better tackle complex issues, and to do so to be able to deliver value towards those who expect that value, and also to be able to identify more stakeholders that may need what you are supplying, what you are preparing, developing for the development of your organization, your empire, your side hustle, and also new groundbreaking initiatives. So the Sagicor Cayfield School of Business and Management really seeks to provide a suite of courses. And this webinar is to really take you through some gems in terms of project management, and then to, after whetting your appetite, to be able to provide you the entree, the menu of options for you to choose to be able to accelerate your career. So let's jump right into it. So first thing that I would want to ensure that we can appreciate together, as we are looking at what project management is appreciate what a project is. And a project essentially is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. Now, that's saying quite a bit, but we can summarize it into three main things. One is temporary, there's a beginning and there's an end, and it is providing something unique, whether it's something tangible or intangible, a product or service, or a particular target that you're trying to reach, a result. And it is something that is so unique that you won't have all the steps laid out at the very beginning in its great details. It is progressively elaborated. In other words, as you begin to plan, you're able to see what else needs to be planned as you go along with yourself, with your team, with subject matter experts to help you along the way. And the courses that we offer, which include Agile Project Management, Project Risk Management, Contemporary Project Management, as well as a certification-oriented course, which helps you to attain multiple international certifications coming out of the course, which is called Advanced Contemporary Project Management course, that allows you to attain some of the credentials that you may have heard of, such as a PMP, as a Project Management Professional credential, as well as the PMI ACP, which is really the Agile Project Management credential, as well as other credentials relating to risk management, and others that I'll be showing in this presentation. So we have seen what a project is. Now, a project is something that is that is active, builds momentum, that really seeks to change something. And in your organization, wherever you're working, uh, for you to be able to level up, whether if you're going to call it a promotion or a new area of focus, it's all about projectizing that. So a project is supposed to help move the organization to becoming more relevant, to be able to increase revenue, to be able to expand your mandate, whatever it may be. And it's going to take a project. So those of us that are trained in project management, those of us that are keen on the tools, techniques, the practices, the principles of project management will have the edge to be able to take the company to the next level, whether it is the company that you work in or the company that you are running, or a new endeavor, a new side hustle project that you'd like to start, which can become the empire that you want to build for yourself, your family, and of course, to serve others. So Project managers play the lead role in this planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, closing that is needed to be able to deliver value through a projects that start on time, end on time, that complete within budget, and that keeps everyone in the know and happy. And you are that key person to be able to bring that into being. Now, in one of our most popular courses, Contemporary Project Management, which is offered several times during the year, and you'll get more information on the exact schedule. But just kind of take you through what you can expect in the 12 class package is essentially we'll be going through the 5 Ps of a project manager. We're going to be looking at the importance of tailoring. So no longer is a project manager just stuck on one way of doing a project. Given the many different types of problems, given many different deadlines that you may have to meet, given the pressure in terms of the competition that your organization has to be able to maneuver, the ability to tailor your project to deliver high priority, high visibility outcomes as quickly as possible to the right people, to serve to the right customers, to be able to develop the project by having the customers close, you need the toolkit of tailoring. And this will help you to be able to unlock the 5 processes or 5 process groups that are in any given project. That's initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, control, and closing. Then we'll take you through the fundamental concepts to ensure that you have the nuts and bolts down for what project management is. And then we have something that we call the knowledge areas. And these knowledge areas basically take you through the know-how of how to be able to conduct a project in terms of how to manage stakeholders, communication, the scope, the schedule, the cost, quality, resources, risk, and procurement management. So in a sense, I mean, if you have done any kind of management course or so, or you have desired to do, say, an MBA or any kind of management kind of degree, this course, if you're unable to actually get into a MBA program just as yet, this short course, which is a 6-week course, allows you to get the best of the best in terms of the information that you need to be able to manage better at the desk that you are assigned to, the projects that you're currently working on, the portfolio that you're asked to be accountable for. You're able to get the right kinds of perspectives, uh, toolkits, the right mindset, skill set, tool set, which will ultimately become your greatest asset to be more productive on the job for yourself and also for the team that you're leading.
Before you continue,
Yes, go ahead.
before
Mhm.
you continue,
So, yeah.
you spoke about your definition of the project. It means
Yes.
that we are all now in a project-based environments within our workplaces, even within our leisure spaces, and
Mhm.
things that have a beginning and an end. There's routine work, but more and more we seem to be involved in we're just going to do this off the main road and then come back to the main road. And it seems like more and more of our tasks are oriented that way.
That's
So,
right.
if I have no experience, formal experience, would the CMP then be the place I start?
Yes. So the PMI, which is the Project Management Institute, offers a wide range of credentials. And the statutory capable School of Business and Management is your avenue to be able to attain these credentials. So if you have zero experience, there's a credential for you. If you have 3 years experience in projects, there's a credential for you. If you like to be able to go beyond just a traditional approach to project management, there's a credential specific for that. If you are interested in the risk management aspect of project management as your key
Expertise?
value proposition,
Mhm.
right, for your company, there's a credential for that. And what all these have in common is the Sagicor Cahill School of Business and Management, which provides the right course to set you up for success for these credentials. And even if you weren't able to, say, attain the credentials immediately, for whatever reason, just by being trained in project management, it while you're doing the course, and this is testimonials upon testimonials from students from the many years doing these courses, while doing the course, your boss sees a difference. While doing the course, you're able to apply what you're learning, and your workplace is able to be a better place in terms of being more productive and being able to hit the results and being able to de-scope a large project into something that is doable, something that can deliver value within a shorter period of time, and be able to build a momentum for further value to be expected through your own project management efforts. So the if the baseline course that we offer, and that if you're coming with nothing, in other words, you have zero exposure to project management, is what we'll be sharing with you is a contemporary project management course. From that, that is a good launching pad to be able to specialize in other areas, such as, well, before I touch on that, by doing that course, you're able to actually attain or prepare for I'll just put a tick here if you can see it, the CAPM. We have other specialized courses such as the Agile Project Management course, which will prepare you to be able to attain the PMI ACP credential, that is the Agile Certified Practitioner credential. And we have the Project Risk Management course, which will prepare you to be able to attain the PMI RMP credential, which is Risk Management Professional credential. And then we have our Advanced Contemporary Management course, which will prepare you squarely for the PMP that you can also pursue as well. So more information on that will be provided.
Yeah.
And we are here to help you at whatever stage you're at to be able to become internationally recognized and to be able to attain to be able to accelerate your future and to unlock the value that you have within. And with that, what we recognize, as you see from this slide, is that there are over 40,000 ACPs. That's the certification holders of the Agile Certified Practitioner credential. We have over 60,000 CAPMs and over 1 million PMPs. And really, this is this is a little dated. So you can double the ACPs, double the CAPMs now, and the amount of PMPs is close to 2 million now. And why are so many persons really looking at this kind of pathway towards success? One, it helps accelerate your career. It helps increase your employability. It helps you to even prepare yourself to employ others. It allows you to take on more challenging projects and to do them successfully. And it's a great way, if there's no other reason, and there are many reasons here, it's a great way to invest in your future and to be recession-proof, to be pandemic-proof, to be AI-proof. When we look at the studies in terms of what skill sets will remain when AI takes over, or what skill sets will be in increased demand because of AI, project management stands solid at the top. Project management skills and the sub skills that make up project management are all highlighted as a key skill sets of the future, which really the future is now, and therefore it compels you to be able to start this training now to be on top of your game as we continue to have an accelerated motion into the age of AI.
So I have two questions, LG,
Yes.
before you continue.
Mhm.
We have a student, hi, wanted to know, how do you get into this? How do you get in here? What are the qualifications? He or she did accounting or BSc accounting special and wanting to know about matriculating into this program. I'm smiling because I know what your answer is going to be. So let's tackle that one first.
All right. Okay. So let me get that. I was trying to see if I could see the question at the same time.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
in Q&A.
so the person's pursuing accounting or has done accounting?
Right. So I think they're either finished accounting or they're
Finish
doing
accounting.
accounting
Okay,
now.
good.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
wanted to know what the matriculation it is a generally academic side on the academic programming side
Oh.
question, but
Mm-hmm.
will this matriculate into this program or this suite? And I'm smiling because
Oh yeah, right. So this is an executive education course,
mhm.
which really, once you have either done a degree or you have interacted at the tertiary level, this executive education course is really your next step without having to go to say a second degree if you haven't done that as yet. Executive education courses really help you to be able to improve your game while on the job, right? And not just to improve, but now to elevate your game that you're able to be promoted, to be more competent in being able to manage teams. And project management is a very critical skill set to be able to manage teams, to be able to focus on a goal and to deliver value. So, having an accounting background, I know several accountants or persons who have an accounting finance background that have taken project management, and then they're now able to look at they're able to launch their consulting firm because now they're able to look at each of their clients as a project and to be able to deliver value and to add on new value to the consultancy as a result of managing it better as a project and being able to now look at partnerships with other consultants and managing the overall consulting business as a project. Also, I just want to speak to those who may be wondering, wow, they don't think that they've really done projects before, and they don't know if they're going to be behind if, they have never done anything in terms of project management. What we also take you through, especially in our advanced contemporary project management course, but we started from the other courses, is that we help you to projectize your past. In other words, it's quite likely that you have added value to your organization in some way. And what we help you to do is identify the beginning and the end, and for you to be able to projectize your past. Even if when you were doing the work, you didn't see it as a project, we're able to teach you the concepts to be able to identify the blueprint of what you have done to be able to call it a project. And that will help a lot when you're trying to log your hours to be able to attain some of the key credentials, such as a PMP.
And Shanique is, because I know we have some other programs to talk about, but Shanique just completed project management tools and techniques at the UE Global Campus, and wondering if that was the equivalent to our contemporary project management course.
Right, good question. So that should be close enough. What I've recognized just from the curriculum development side of some of the project management courses that are not at the executive education level and that don't go through the rigor of the PMI accredited format is that a lot of the project management trainings courses tend to be based on what's called the version 5 of the PMBOK. We're
Yeah.
not version 7, which does tell you that there have been some changes, dramatic changes. And not just some, the changes are very significant. So what you could check in terms of what you would have covered to check if you would have covered um, the requisite agile project management content. Quite likely your answer will be no, because most offerings of project management training that just basically just gives you some of the
Surface. Yeah.
basics
Yeah.
does not cover those critical aspects. And now that is part of the essential new baseline for project management. So when you do the contemporary project management course, you get the full package in terms of what is now considered to be essential skill sets in project management, which isn't just the 5 process groups, but now includes the 12 agile practices that are critical to be able to tailor your project to be beyond just a traditional project management approach to more adaptive approaches to project management. So the contemporary project management course, as the name suggests, is contemporary. In other words, it's not just the basics of project management. It is what you need to be ready to roll on the job tomorrow, the next day. So that is the clear difference. Another clear difference is that the courses are organized according to the accredited curriculum of the PMI, which essentially serves up or sets you up to be able to take the credentials that are associated with the courses. So our contemporary project management course aligns very much with the CAPM credential, which is a certified associate in project management, which is an entry-level credential, while our agile project management course lines up with the PMI ACP course. Our project risk management course aligns with the PMI RMP credential, and our advanced contemporary management course allows you to take the PMP and the PMI ACP simultaneously, killing two birds with one stone, to be able to enter into 2026 with both credentials under your belt.
And just one more question before you continue. Do any of our courses include monitoring and evaluation? Again, I'm smiling.
Every single course includes monitoring evaluation. As a matter of fact, the the course, all of our courses follow. We practice what we preach. So we approach the course as a project. So we also monitor and evaluate your progress as you go along. We also give you group assignments to be able to carry out monitoring and evaluation exercises on your project, utilizing different reporting formats and different assessment tools that are available. What we do, especially in our Agile project management course, but we have been implementing this in our other courses right across the board as well, is to be able to be AI powered in your monitoring evaluation. So monitoring evaluation, as you can imagine, can be quite routine, and I mean, for some people, extremely technical or boring, right? Um, Especially when it's when there are
Detailed.
lots of repeated tasks. So you can utilize artificial intelligence tools that specialize in monitoring evaluation to be able to churn out, the key reports, analytics, to be able to send key different report packages to various stakeholders. Once you have prompted the AI platform for that kind of project, and of course fed it the information that it would need to give the accurate type of results. So yes, monitor evaluation is a part of all the courses. It is a key component of the 5 process groups, and we also show you around the various software AI tools that are out there to up your game. Because as the screen shows here, we are preparing you to be able to stand out from the crowd, to demonstrate superior project performance, to enhance your leadership skills, and to really make the world your marketplace. And that is what the Clayfield School of Business and Management is in the business of, ensuring that you get more business to ensure that you're able to deliver greater value to your organization and to the next enterprise that you may work for.
Okay, I'm going to pause there for the moment so that you can get on to your next couple of slides, but I have some questions as well. You're muted, LG.
Right. I mean, if there are other questions, I think it would be good to take the
Sure,
questions
sure.
because I think, yeah.
Lyndon, and thank you so much, Shanique and Lethra, for those questions before. And Lyndon has a question. Um, BSc accounting and entrepreneur has qualifications. I'm just excited about the question. In a BSc accounting, and he is an entrepreneur in business consultancy, security, consultancy, and risk management. Somehow they're mirroring you, LG, somewhere along that line.
Yeah.
And the question is, which of the suite would be appropriate for Lyndon? Thinking about project risk management, but wondering if that would be sufficient or not.
Okay,
But then
good.
I hope I captured the spirit of what you were asking.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, first thing I'd like us to recognize before, I mean, of course, could say, jump and just do project risk management, but it's very important to have a solid foundation when it comes down to project management. And our contemporary project management course is usually the best start um, for anyone who is new to project management. I mean, you may have sound technical skills in other domains, but new to project management, we take time to be able to walk you through the project management principles, which is the embodiment of the new PMBOK guide. PMBOK here means Project Management Body of Knowledge, the 7th edition. And we also take you through in part, just in part, in the contemporary project management course through the Agile Practice Guide, or at least key concepts from that. Of course, we have our Agile Project Management course, which really allows you to take advantage of the freedom and the contextual uh, discernment that we teach you to be able to guide a project in a way. We sometimes describe it as building the plane while flying it, to be able to deliver results, though small but high impact, so that you can serve up more as you get more resources to be able to do more, right? So the Agile Practice Guide through our Agile Project Management course allows you to be able to do that. Now, if you have a finance background, um, risk management is something that is a core to your competencies toolkit to be able to thrive in a financial environment, whether you're working for a bank, um, a, a credit union, insurance company, securities dealer, or the Ministry of Finance, or whatever it may be, that may have a strong finance background, or you work in the finance department. Risk management is a core skill set. Now, there are several risk management credentials that are out there. There's a FRM, there's a CFA. There are many that are uh, that are out there by the GARP. That's the Global Association of Risk Professionals um, Society. That is one avenue. However, what's missing in those credentials is that it tends to be purely mathematical. So in other words, you're you're so um, academic minded that you're no practical good on the job to be able to do more. And the truth is that most of the mathematically oriented credentials in risk management are quickly being replaced by AI in many ways. So you're better off having a combination between project management and risk management, which is what the project risk management course allows you to do. You learn risk management tools, but you also learn how to manage other risk managers and to manage the tools as teammates to be able to deliver extraordinary value, to be able to increase the visibility, to increase the viability, to be able to align the vision of the organization to the activities and resources and the SWOT analysis that you have captured for the organization, so that you reduce the amount of mistakes that the organization makes and increase the success rate for the organization. So in that context, from a finance background, jump into the project risk management course could be your easiest, lowest hanging fruit to be able to contribute more to your organization. And then you can come back to be able to add on to that through the advanced contemporary project management course to be able to attain the PMP credential or the PMI ACP credential. So that would be my general guideline for you to kind of think through what would be your right start. But whatever your start is, know that the K-Field School of Business and Management is here for your long-term success. And that's why in this webinar, we are showing you not just a course, but a suite of courses that you can choose. And wherever you start, you just know that you have our hand to hold to guide you through the many other options to be able to help you to succeed where you are, and also to help you to make the leap that you are looking forward to if you're seeking to switch careers through the tools, techniques that we teach in the course and through the mentorship that we provide even after the course to ensure that you are part of a network that is succeeding and to be able to know that there are other courses out there to be able to level up as you grow in your career.
Okay, questions keep coming in.
Mhm.
So, congratulations, this anonymous attendee didn't give her name, his or her name, but currently has a master's in financial management. You were just speaking of the opportunities in financial management, but
Mhm.
currently studying for the CAPM on
Mm.
via the PMI website. Do we offer what would be considered an exam prep course? I'm
An
going to have to
answer
stop smiling.
is
I'm going to have to stop smiling.
yes. An answer is yes, yes, yes. That is our advanced contemporary project management course, which we'll be sharing the dates for you.
Mhm.
Um, the the latest update in the CAPM is that the concepts that you need to learn for the CAPM is almost hand in glove, very closely related to what you need to learn for the PMP. So in a sense, in the Advanced Contemporary Management course, we are preparing persons for the CAPM in a very rigorous way, the PMP as well the PMI ACP, because all three credentials share a common base in terms of the knowledge that you need to be able to succeed in any of them. So yes, we have a course for you, and what it helps you to do is for you to be able to tick very early in 2026 that you have attained the PMP or the CAPM or whichever credential it is. So that course usually ends in December. It's a 6-week course that ends in December, and then you are usually given about say a month to 3 months to be able to do the external exam, which is the CAPM exam, in the early part of the new year, so that you start off the new year with these credentials to accelerate your future and unlock value.
I'm trying not to smile because I know the answers again to some of these. And I am so glad we can we are here to support you, the attendees, the participants, those who are going to come into our courses in realizing your professional and individual goals, your professional and personal goals. And the questions here just align with why we do what we do. So that's why I am feeling so satisfied already. And I can't keep the smile off my face because so far it's a yes for many of the questions that have been asked. Like this one. Person wants to know, again, anonymous, doesn't have a degree. Many of the audience have their degrees, but doesn't have a degree, does have some project management, has worked in areas where they have gained project management experience, but just has certificates. Can they come into our courses?
Yes, absolutely. Executive education course is for working people, right?
Mhm.
Um, People who want to level up in the workplace. So absolutely. I mean, you don't have to have a first degree. But usually, we expect that you are already in a working mode, all right? So there's a level of maturity, there's a level of seriousness to be able to use a course to your advantage. With that, we don't expect you to have any prior knowledge of project management itself. Though it is an asset, that you would have had some experience with projects, like, working on some form of projects. It is not a prerequisite, especially for the contemporary project management course. So yes, we're here to take you right through from zero to hero through our courses.
And Olivia and Ramona, thank you for your questions. I'm going to be talking a bit about that, about the costing, about the timing, and so on in just a short while. But to let Olivia know, our courses are all online. So they're
Yes.
synchronous online at set times, depending on the course you're doing, usually two, sometimes 3 times a week, depending on the course. And you're going to be meeting at a schedule, but synchronously. The classes, as you can imagine, or the sessions are engaging. It's not a static session where LG is going to be speaking and you're going to be sitting there trying to take copious notes. That's not how we do it here at the school. There's going to be a lot of interaction, and correct me if I'm wrong, they can bring their own projects to be part of that discussion and enrich the discussion with what they are currently doing.
That is right. That is right. We keep it very practical. We've seen in many cohorts where uh, co-workers invite other co-workers to start the course. Teams invite, uh, persons invite their teams to be a part of the course in order to be able to essentially, to solve the problem for them, right? So it's almost like a free consultancy. If you're working on a difficult project or if you have been given a project that hasn't been going anywhere for a while, is kind of stuck, just taking the course allows you to be able to break through and advance in whatever project that you're working in. So we really specialize in being very practical. We prefer when you make your assignment, make your work assignment your course assignment, so that in the course we're 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 addressing the major problems that you may be having at work and therefore reducing the stress levels that you have at work. And of course, to be able to now give you the opportunity to be more successful at work and to be promoted through that.
So another anonymous attendee
Hmm.
has a background, BSc in geography, currently obtaining their IEMA certification. The end goal is to work in environmental consultancy. So you know what the
Okay.
question is.
Yes.
Would gaining project management qualifications and experience help me progress in this field?
100%.
Which, yeah.
100%. Right. Both from your consultancy point of view, because a manager consultancy, a consultancy is a project-oriented enterprise, right? So project management is needed for that. Um, I see here, would gaining project management qualifications experience help me? And which project management course?
So that was
It
the
would
same
be
question.
it
Yep.
would be the contemporary project management course for sure. If there is a shorter course that I'd like to take, I would recommend the project risk management course, especially from an environmental point of view. You notice on the screen here, it says unlocking value in our 4D reality. So we wake up project managers to the 4D reality, which is digital diversity, disasters, and diseases. And from this, you can pick out the environmental components that are very important. So disasters, natural disasters, climate change, diseases from the different aspects, diversity, how that can affect even on the environmental side of things. We help you to think through a variety of perspectives of how to be able to develop a efficient and effective project, to be able to lead your consultancy. And if you're not leading a consultancy, to be a lead consultant in whichever project endeavor that you have been assigned.
Okay. And both Melanie and Irma, I've condensed those two questions. Melanie has a degree in a broad management degree, no specializations, and is wondering should she still do um, project management?
Uh, All right, good. Thanks for that question. So look
And
to the left-hand
Irma,
side.
let me add Irma's question to that.
Mhm.
Currently working on a project, I would like to gain more knowledge about how to be successful.
All right, good. So look at the diagram on the left-hand side. So the value of project management is embodied in this triangle that we speak about in our course. It's called the PMI Talent Triangle. So notice that it has technical project management, leadership, and strategic and business management. So no longer is a project manager seen as someone who's just in a corner cubicle crunching numbers or behind a computer. A project manager is really a project leader. We bring out the leadership skills that you need. So this course helps you to grow as a leader. And notice the third component, strategic and business management. So no longer as a project manager, someone who's just given instructions, given a task, and then you're just supposed to run with it. You now need to have a awareness of the strategy, where's the strategy going. So consider um, technical project management as a ladder. Now, even if you have a golden ladder and you know everything, right, in terms of project management, that is not sufficient to succeed. Now you need to know what is the right wall to lean that ladder on, and also to be able to know what is over the wall, right? In other words, what are you jumping over into, right? That takes strategic prowess, that takes understanding of the business model of the organization, and we prepare you to be able to ask the right questions. In today's world, it's not about knowing the answers, it's about leading with the right questions. The essence of this age of artificial intelligence is really what MIT has identified as quest-telligence, being able to ask the right questions that will lead you to the right answers, the right questions that will invigorate the enthusiasm of your team to be motivated enough to be able to dig deep and to be able to solve problems with you as a team in the form of a project, going from zero to a better, improved number in terms of the efficiency and effectiveness of the operations of the business.
Okay, and one more question, and there was another one about AI, but we'll get to that again if we have some time. Will any of the topics or courses be tailored towards managing, FIDIC projects? I think those are in construction or construction engineering, if my memory serves me
Right.
correctly. Yeah.
So good question. Right. So we walk you through the traditional project management approach, the waterfall approach, which is typical of, say, construction management. When we are organizing our groups, we try to organize our groups by themes. In other words, when we're going to allow groups to be able to choose what projects they're working on. So those who are specialized in construction or engineering, we find those groups work well together to be able to come up with a problem, a project idea that they can work on. Even if it's not for their workplace, it's a good enough analogy or proxy to what they are doing or what they need to do. And that out of the three assignments, group assignments, as they work on the planning and the monitor evaluation of that project, they're able to come out stronger, come out with great ideas, great frameworks that allow them to be more competent on the job.
Okay. So, LG, just can you believe the hour has run so fast?
Yes.
As we begin to wrap up, um, pathways. So I am in August. I was about to say July, but we're already nearing the middle of August 2025. And I've set my goal to become PMI certified, let's say by 2027. I have some project management experience, but no formal certification. But my jobs or my tasks are increasingly projects within my organization. I also run a small business, which is a consultancy. Again, project base. Much of what I do now is project based. Where do I start and how do I ladder?
All right. So you start with a contemporary project management course, and that allows you to have the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set to be able to do project management the right way. It's important to lead with principles because every project, or at least every problem that a project is seeking to solve, has to be tailored around the uniqueness of those issues. And then from there, you're going to love project management so much that you want to see how you can level up. And the ladder or the pathways is that you can specialize in terms of agile project management. We have a course for that, or risk management. We have a course for that as well. And for any of those pathways, you really want to be able to finish strong with a credential. I mean, this is an investment, and you are the greatest investment that you can ever bet on. And being able to not just do a course or do a training, but to be able to be rewarded with a credential as a result of your hard work. We have the Advanced Contemporary Management course, which is our crowning course that will allow you to attain either the PMP, the PMI, RMP, the PMI ACP, or related credentials that the PMI does offer.
Okay. And that's not the last you're going to hear of LG because he's our facilitator in many of our project management offerings. And I can say that having done this type of promotion over the last few years and looking at the courses are not static. So if you were here 3 years ago, even for the contemporary project management course, it looks completely different 3 years later. Some of the principles are the same, but the way the contemporary issues are presented are different. So this is a part of lifelong learning and your professional and personal development as well. But this is one of the disciplines that does not remain static. So I just wanted to put that in as well. Let me share my screen. Here we go. So the project management suite, several programs that you can ladder up from having no experience in projects to learning as you move from one step of the ladder to the other to how to take a look at your professional career or personal activities and projectize the tasks that you have done. And all of that is done with the support of LG and other members of the team. So here we are with the Contemporary Project Management course. This one is open. Some of you asked, there was at least one question about how is it delivered? Is it set times and so on? Yes, this is all online, so you can join us anywhere you are in the world. If you have your phone, you can access the QR code there. That takes you directly to our website. And this one is right around the corner. This is starting next week and lasting for 8 weeks. The cost is usually $700, but we are doing a special offer, particularly for those of you who attended the webinar. And we are giving you a rate of $500 for this course, this 6-week course, which allows you to take that first step towards pursuing, as it says on the screen, a project management certification. And it starts that journey in preparing you to pass the certified associate in project management, that CAPM exam that we were speaking of. This is an opportunity to take stock. The future is now. You had plans and goals at the beginning of 2025. We already passed the halfway point of 2025. Let's finish where you wanted to be, where you may have wanted to be earlier this year, and investing in you. So that is not only contemporary project management, but right around the corner as well, literally right around the corner is our project risk management offering. And this course is starting on the 19th and finishing on September 4th. As you would have heard all about the course, again, you can scan the QR code for the details of what you're going to be covering to supplement what was said in today's session. And again, we have a special offer for you. If you are still hesitant and thinking about it, do. This is a special offer. It's not going to last long. You took the time to be with us, and we want you to reward you with taking the time to be with us. And this one is, like I said, literally next week. LG, this is literally next week for these two courses. So don't let the weekend pass without signing. Don't let tomorrow pass without registering and contacting us. I have some contact information at the end for you and be part of the cohort that is coming on board with us next week. We also have the Agile Project Management that is coming up in a couple of weeks as well. And this is where you have the preparation for the Agile Certified Practitioner, the PMI ACP examination. And when I tell you that LG Eliud wrote the book, I can't see your face at the moment, but he wrote the book on exam prep in many of the project management areas. So not only do you have the grounding in the depth of the content, but you also have not tricks, but you have techniques that will stand you in good stead when you're taking the certifications when they come around. We spoke about the fact that many persons start as individuals and they encourage their team members to come on board. So if you have a group that you're working on a project or the organization wants to ensure that the staff who are working on a particular project, a large project, or an important value-added project to the organization has the skill sets and competencies to make that project a success, then note that we have corporate and group rates. 3 or more persons sign up can also save 15%. So that is a great opportunity for you to develop and invest not only in yourself, but in your team, and to allow the organization to know that that is available as well. Call us. We do take time to go through what the training needs are, and we can customize and develop programs that would be specific to your needs within the organization. So those are 3 of our offerings, and contact us. We do answer the phone, a person, not a chatbot, at 424-7731 if you're in Barbados. Our area code is 246 if you're outside of Barbados. And our email, SCHSBM for Sadcor Cayfield School of Business and Management, open. So SCHSBM open at cayfield.ue.edu. And the website is there, but I think one of the team members did put the website in the chat as well for you. And I'm going to pause my screen here, so leave that up in case you need to get that information, because there were a couple of more questions that came in. And LG, this one is for you again.
All right.
Yes. How about the person has a BSc in business management and is an administrative officer with responsibility for HR? Will PMI aid him or her in becoming better in HR? Again, I'm smiling.
Right. So project management is a people first type of management, right? Because it's people who get projects done. And from an HR perspective, interesting, we do have uh, a key focus on human resource management and resource management overall. So we actually speak about the motivational approaches. How do you motivate demotivate a team? How do you mobilize a team for a mammoth task? We go through that. We also go through how to be able to manage difficult people. So we look at very practical ways in terms of conflict resolution, in terms of projects, how to ensure that one team member doesn't end up sabotaging the project. We also augment your HR skills with stakeholder management, where we look at the 5 levels of stakeholder engagement. That is from unaware to resistant stakeholders, neutral stakeholders, supportive and leading stakeholders. We design stakeholder engagement plans to be able to get the best of your stakeholders, and also how to quiet rumor persons who create rumors, and probably how to convert a resistant stakeholder to one of your greatest supporters. So we really get very practical in those sort of things. We also look at the personality types of project managers, because you as a project manager, you can end up being the greatest obstacle in the project if you're not aware of your own weaknesses, and also the personality types of your stakeholders itself. How to be able to utilize your informal networks of stakeholders to get the best results. Because many times it's not just about what you know, it's about who you know, and to be able to use that to your advantage as a project manager to succeed.
Thank you, LG. And will the recording be available? A curated version of the recording may be available on our website soon, but a lot of the information is already on our website. If I just share my screen briefly, if you had clicked the QR code or you go onto our website, I know that one of the team members, Bridget, thank you, put a link in if you're interested in registering for any of our upcoming courses. Just fill out your interest there. So we're not going to force you to register today, but you can fill out your interest in that link. And if you go onto our website, I just have a couple of them up, the more popular ones, like Agile Project Management, and you can see that this course meets you meet as a cohort every Tuesday and Thursday, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. That's Barbados time, Eastern Caribbean time. And you are awarded at the end of this a professional development certificate of competence. And similarly, the contemporary project management, that one meets on Mondays and Wednesdays, 5:30 to 8:30. That's Barbados time again, or Eastern Caribbean time. And therefore, it is not you alone on the journey. We do have that networking that has become such a valuable tool in your toolkit, persons who are on the journey with you, and that you join not only the millions around the world who have some project management certification, but you have growing networks within your locale as well. So you have somebody to call, you have somebody that's walking the journey with you, and you share your experiences and learn from each other's experiences as well. I think when we are in the classroom, and I know LG, this is probably for you as well, that we learn as much from the students in the classroom as they learn from us, especially as we do some of the more advanced courses, because experiences allow us to learn without having to live those experiences ourselves.
Absolutely.
Martina did ask that the link in the chat was not working, so I don't know if you can repost it, Bridget. And I'm going to stop the share there. And again, thanking all our participants for spending the last hour with us. That went so fast.
Yeah, and we grew from 70 to almost 100 persons on this with this webinar. The interest is swelling, and I am so happy that you have chosen to make this hour a high impact hour, life defining hour for
Hmm.
your career, for your future by embodying and choosing, embodying project management principles and choosing the Sagicor K-Field School of Business and Management as your choice to be able to accelerate your career. And as we would have started off, to be able to accelerate the future and to unlock value, the value that is already within you. We're here to get it out and for you to be able to soar to new heights.
So again, thanking the team for putting this together, thanking you for taking time out to join us, and looking forward to you joining the family here at the Sagicor K-Field School of Business and Management, where leaders convene. We're looking forward to engaging with you as early as next week. So don't think about it, just do it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.